Some good news because he's now on the Olympic qualification group for Holland, and here he is out in lane 1. The word is that as long as he finishes in the top 11 in the World Championships, which he's got a really good chance of doing, then his bid to go to Beijing looks as if it could be a successful one. He's just 24 years of age from Utrecht. Here's Alan Campbell, the winner of the Diamond Sculls at Henley. That will have boosted his confidence. 24 years of age from Richmond in London, but originally from Coleraine in Northern Ireland. And Mahe Drysdale, the world champion for the last 2 editions, and the man who had a dip into Lake Lucerne to get ready for today last evening. Sitting right next to him, Olaf Tufte. Well, Tufte loves Lucerne, the Olympic champion. So far, he's been 4th and 2nd in the 2 World Cup regattas, but he was the fastest qualifier to get into today's final. The man who's won it in Linz and in Amsterdam, Mr. Cool, André Sinek. Really confident. He's got 16 World Cup points, and nobody's got over the line quicker than him in the World Cups. And making up the field in lane 6, Lasse Karonen of Sweden. He's done really well, 5th in Amsterdam, and pretty well same pace in terms of getting into the final as the man furthest away from you, Sjoerd Hamburger. But this is fascinating. The big absentee, Marcel Hacker. He did what he did last year, decided not to come to Lucerne. He's gone on extended training to high altitude at St. Moritz, and he believes that mentally, physically, that'll freshen him up to do battle in the World Championships on home water in Germany.
Czech Republic.
He did go to Henley and he did race that man Drysdale, and he did lose.
Attention.
Very quick start by Signac, who seemed to jump, and his boat went backwards, but he's now poling out in front. Now what's interesting is that he's not actually won most of these races from in front. As in Amsterdam, he tucked in the middle of the pack, let other people lead, and then when they had exhausted themselves, he was only in front for a matter of a few strokes, but they were the ones that counted over the line. And he's back in the pack already with, it looks like, Alan Campbell doing his trademark fast start. He really pulls it out off the start and then lets the others come to him. It takes guts to do that when you've got a field of this quality right behind you.
So Campbell, 2 from the top of your picture, leading the echelon, and then probably just about in 2nd place now, Sinek, 2 from the bottom. Next to him is Tufte, 3 from the bottom of your picture, and then Mahe Drysdale. And the only one who's just back a tad at the moment is Lasse Karonen on the near side. But Sinek, who used to be partnered by Milan Dolicek, it's his dad, Milan Dolicek Sr., who actually coaches Sinek, and it's been a very successful partnership since Dolicek Jr. and Sinek split to go their own ways. Well, it's been successful for Sinek, it hasn't been too successful for young Dolicek, who's trying to make it work with Haluka in the double.
His life will come right in the end. It'll be okay. At the moment, we're on Signac. He was at 36.5 a moment or 2 ago. He's settled down into his race pace. It's quite high. He's not a huge guy. I mean, they're all tall and rangy. None of them carry a great deal of muscle bulk. He's got a lovely rhythm. And interestingly, doing it differently from how he's done it before. He's taken a lead now from Campbell as they go through 500 meters, and looks very handy there.
Into the 2nd quarter of the race, and as you say, it is the Czech Republic leading 33.5 strokes per minute, and Tufte well to the fore. Drysdale also very much in this race in the early stages, and you can see that this is going to be quite a dust up here, Hugh, because nobody's getting away from this one. On the far side there, Hamburger, and predictably Karonen just now finding this mid-race pace just a little difficult to live with.
That's what I say. They all go the same speed off the start, but it's when they settle, some people just keep going at that higher speed. And those 2 on the outside, Hamburger from the Netherlands, Karonen for Sweden in lanes 1 and 6, can be expected not to stick with this middle group of 4. They are now playing a game of chess. This isn't sculling, this is thoughtful work. They all know that they've got a change of speed. They all know that they've got a burst inside them of extra speed and extra energy. It's a question of where they use it, how much the energy they consume in this mid-race pace. They will almost certainly, if they're not wearing heart monitors, they will have worn them enough that they know exactly what their aerobic threshold is. They'll be working just inside that, and they'll be keeping that pace and saving up the big push for when it counts.
Drysdale beginning to put himself very much into contention here, just easing up towards Campbell. Sinek on the near side in lane 5. There's the bow of his single scull, still with the edge there. Campbell on the far side. There's Drysdale. 4. That's Olaf Tufte, the Olympic champion. We're halfway. The job's only half done. Sinek has the advantage. Can he hold this on, or are they going to come for a big burn? How comfortable does he look to you?
He looks very comfortable. What's nice is he's not looking around. Most scullers are thinking, what the hell am I? What's happening? Where are they moving? And wondering and worrying about other people's tactics. That guy is doing his thing in his boat, and he's not bothered what the others are doing. He's got him. He had a quick look across there. That's the information he needs. He'll now look back down his lane, make sure he's dead centre in the lane, pointing at the finish, and he's going on doing his own. He's now moving on the others. In the middle of the third 500, he's decided, without a change of rating, just to put a little bit more push on the finish, just squeezing that off. Take a bit out of his shoulders, take a bit out of the forearms, but it's obviously worth it.
Yes, and it's also worth remembering, Hugh, that of all the scullers here, he's the youngest, only 23 years of age, and he's leading this field. You can see Drysdale now moving up a little bit closer to Campbell. He's well aware now of the move that Sinek's made. There's Tufte as well. Tufte, who generally builds his campaign throughout the season. Remember, he's been world champion himself.
And those 3 on the far side. Drysdale is moving on Campbell, and Tufte is coming with Drysdale, so he's also moving on Campbell. Campbell is no slouch. This is really going fast, and yet this guy, without being bothered at all, he's breathing obviously very hard, you can't see that, but he's one quick look and back to job, back to work.
Yeah.
This is brilliant stuff.
1,500 metres, 500 metres to go. Bottom of the picture, Andrej Sinek for the Czech Republic. Furthest away from you, Alan Campbell. Drysdale just beginning to edge into second place as they go through that 1,500 metre mark. Norway's Olaf Tufte right on the premises as well, and here you can see a great shot there from Swiss television. It really does show you what the battle is, and the battle is really joined now. Drysdale and Campbell are going for it. Tufte needs to raise his game. Sinek is about and is now being asked the question.
Yep, he's at 37, he's moved his rate up, he had another little look, he's looked to see where he is, he knows that he's got 300 metres to go, and is this the time to move? These other boys are coming.
Drysdale certainly moving. Drysdale decided that this is the moment that Drysdale wants to go for this. Sinek on the near side, Drysdale with the edge, Campbell trying to go with him. Tufte not living with this. It's New Zealand leading the way from the Czech Republic, from Great Britain and Norway. And Mahe Drysdale from a fair way out has made his move. Now he needs to kill him off. This has to be decisive. He cannot relax. He's got to go for this. Campbell is still a danger. The 2 men who were first and second in the Diamond Scull. Campbell on the far side, raising his game again.
40 strokes a minute for Campbell. He's now pushing on Drysdale. They've both taken Sinek. So cool early in the race, but he's now been rolled over. Tufte's coming up on him, and it's Campbell lifting his rate, but I don't think he can do it as they come into the last 150 metres.
Right in front of our commentary box here in Lucerne, Mahe Drysdale, the world champion for the past 2 seasons, now giving notice that he wants a hat-trick of victories heading towards the World Championship. 37.5 strokes per minute as he crosses the line to get revenge on Alan Campbell, and just Sinek holding off Tufte for 3rd place there. Probably enough points for Sinek to give himself the World Cup title for the season. But Mahe Drysdale is back.
Mahe Drysdale absolutely back. He was there at Henley. It was a very tricky course. Great race. Beaten by his mate. Today he got it back. Fantastic exhibition there. Campbell went up to over 40. Drysdale held it at 37, just lengthened and strengthened and had it when it counted.
Now, think of this, Hugh. Let's put Marcel Hacker now back in the equation for the World Championships.
I'm not sure that Marcel Hacker is in a mental state to stick in a crowd like that. Did you see how far back Hamburger and Corona? Sculling hard to win 5th or 6th. I mean,